Oh, I would never talk to him again. What's up? This is the Wrong Victim Show. My name is Red, and today I thought it would be fun to jump into some stories from Reddit, the subreddit Am I the Asshole? I usually use this as a little OTTE, on the toilet entertainment. Some of you might be on the toilet now. Join me. Some of you aren't. I'm not. I just figured it might be fun. So you guys let me know in the comments if you agree with what I think. Are they assholes? Are they not? I want to know what you guys think. Let's jump into the first story. Am I the asshole for asking my coworker not to eat her cultural food in the break room? I haven't read any of these, by the way. They came from sometime this week, in the past couple days. If you want to look, you can. My first thought is, hell yeah, you're going to tell somebody not to eat their food in the break room. But I've also been an employee that had people heating up fish in the break room. Not the best feeling. Not appetizing. So let's see. I know how the title sounds, and I'm sure as you begin reading this post, it'll sound worse, but please hear me out. I, 25, female, have wonderful coworker, 54, female. Okay, that's already a problem. Every time I've worked with middle-aged women, there always comes a point where they're mad about something, but let's go. 54, female, who I get along really well with. This coworker is Nepalese, and I am a white woman. In the past, she's been kind enough to bring in different food from her culture for us all to try. I have zero problem with her or anyone else bringing in food from their culture, and I've really enjoyed some of the dishes and sweets she's brought, especially the barfi she brought in earlier this year for Diwali. My workplace has lots of different cultures, and I usually don't care what anyone else brings to lunch, at least until this situation. A couple of weeks ago, I noticed a horrible smell in the break room that was incredibly strong. It was kind of like if you farted into a sweaty sock and stuck it to your face. I pray her coworker did not see this, because it's definitely smoke on sight if I read this about my food. It was honestly inescapable within the room, even after I changed the rubbish bin. I didn't know what it was, but ended up going outside and eating in my car. I figured it was just a one-off, but for every few days I'd smell it again.
Nope.
I genuinely had no idea where it was coming from. During this time, I just ate outside the building or in my car. However, one day I walked in and it was somehow even stronger. This day just happened to be a day I had the same break as Jane. I noticed she was eating a fruit and realized that's where the smell was coming from. I asked what she was eating. She told me it was called durian. I think that's how it's spelled. And she had only recently found a good market for them. I said I was glad she was enjoying it, but mentioned that its smell was quite overpowering and left the room smelling afterwards. I asked her if she wouldn't mind eating it at home or going outside, as the smell really lingers in the staff room.
Please.
She said she never really noticed the smell, but would do her best to do so. She seemed a bit annoyed, but hasn't brought it into the break room since. I was talking with a friend about this, also white, and she said I was behaving in a racist way towards my coworker. Go, Karen, go. And it was wrong to police her cultural food. I argued that it wasn't a cultural thing, and I've had done the same if someone was microwaving fish or another smelly food. This has caused a debate between us about if what I did was offensive, and while I do still think I was right, I am beginning to question if I could be viewed as in the wrong. So Reddit, am I the asshole? Okay. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that she's white definitely does not help. I think it might be different if I said it than if Karen said it. I don't know. I honestly don't know if she's an asshole. It's just different because she's white. I would have said something. Would you? I mean, I can't take it. If everybody got to go to the break room, she said she doesn't realize the smell. Come on, bruh. I mean, come on. Everybody knows when their food is a little, you know what I mean? Especially if you just found the market for them. So, like, let's be respectful as well, you know what I mean, with the food we're bringing. So, you know what? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say I don't think Karen is an asshole. Because it's the break room for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not like, you just, when you're bringing food and you know that you work with other people and it's a like, oh my God, somebody used to bring kimchi to my last job. And when I say that shit stunk, it was just disrespectful. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say, Karen, you are not the asshole. I get it. I can't. And my stomach is weak as fuck. Okay? Everything makes me sick and not want to eat. So nope, not the asshole. What do you guys think? Let's move on to story 2. Am I the asshole for telling my sister and boyfriend the inappropriate thing my brother-in-law said to me? I, 25 female, live with my sister, Emily, 27 female, her husband, Connor, he's 25, and their son, Owen, a baby, 1 month, due to a variety of reasons, none of which are relevant to this story. I'm sure they are, but go off, girl. The other night, my boyfriend, Marcus, 26, male, came over to hang out and some athletic snuggling ensued. Athletic snuggling, that's a new one. I like that. After Marcus had left, I heard the baby crying and ended up in the hallway with Emily and Connor after Owen was put back to sleep. Emily had asked if Marcus was still in my room, and I told her no, he had left. Connor, the husband, the brother-in-law, then says, "Thank God I could hear you downstairs with my noise-canceling headphones on." Eesh. I was reasonably embarrassed that he had heard anything, and even more so mortified that he had said that in front of my sister. I apologized and hoped that was the end of it. As Emily goes back downstairs, Connor turns to me and says, "Don't be sorry. Now I have something to think about the next time I masturbate." Oh, I would never talk to him again. And I'm sorry, my sister would never see me at that house again. That is absolutely inappropriate and disgusting, bro. I tried to brush it off, as Connor often makes inappropriate remarks. I don't like people like that. Like, what the hell? Why are you making everybody uncomfortable? And I have always just ignored him in the past. I jokingly said, "Don't you mean you'll be thinking about Marcus?" And he responded, "No. Marcus is too quiet. I didn't hear him. I only heard you." I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even joking right now. I kind of got a little bit nauseous. Like, Connor then goes back downstairs and I retreat to my bedroom. I couldn't stop thinking about what he'd said and how uncomfortable it made me, so I text Marcus to ask him if I was overreacting. Marcus, her boyfriend, was absolutely furious. He wanted me to tell Emily, but I was hesitant as I didn't want to make Emily and Connor fight. I told him I would talk to her in the morning, hoping it would blow over and Marcus would forget about it. But he texts Emily. Emily then came in my room and started crying, saying that Connor's comment had bothered me, but I didn't want to make it a big deal. Emily said that she would talk to Connor about it in the morning and make him apologize. I told her it didn't matter and it wasn't a big deal, but she insisted that he needed to apologize for it. Oh my God. Especially since he has made inappropriate comments before and knows they make me uncomfortable. The next day, I could tell something was tense between Emily and Connor, but I came home late, so I didn't interact with them much. Right before I went to bed, Emily asked if Connor had apologized, and I told her I hadn't even talked to him, so no. Today, I heard Connor and Emily arguing downstairs, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. Eventually, Connor storms upstairs, and I hear him say, "No, I'm not going to. It's not my fault that none of you can take a fucking joke." I know they were talking about Wednesday night. I knew Emily would be upset, but I didn't know Marcus would be so angry, and I didn't know it would cause this giant fight between Emily and Connor. Am I the asshole for saying anything at all? Edit. I hear them having sex regularly. It seems like people think the issue is that we were heard, but the issue is what he said about it. They made a baby in this house. Marcus and I hear them all the time when we're just hanging out here. Totally not the asshole. I would have 100. First of all, he would have got cussed the fuck out immediately. And I feel bad for this girl because clearly she has nowhere else to go. But no, inappropriate. I wouldn't talk to this man ever again at all. That's not even a joke. Like, when it comes to sex stuff and you know I got a man, like, your wife might not care about you being disrespectful, but like, bruh, like, no, not the asshole, girl. Next, if you're an asshole at all, it's for downplaying this shit. Don't say that it's not that serious. It is. That is fucking disgusting. That is actually sexual assault, kind of, right? If they worked together, this would be sexual assault. So what's the difference? You know what I mean? Hell no. That's disgusting. Not the asshole. Your sister and your brother-in-law are low-key kind of fucking weird. Apologize? My sister would have slapped the shit out of her husband and he would have been outside for I don't know how long. I'm not saying she would have left him, but that's not something easily forgotten. And anybody who would say something like that to their wife's sister, something's wrong with this dude. Like, he's been getting away with murder for a long time. So definitely not the asshole. The poster, not the asshole, but girl, you need to stand up for yourself. Don't downplay it just because you live there. That's disgusting. Okay? Story 3. God damn it. Am I the asshole for not helping my broke parents? Backstory. My parents have a long history of terrible financial and money-related decisions. She's preaching to the choir. Growing up, I was led to believe we were essentially poor and just scraping by. Asking to participate in school-related or other activities that required money was always a no. I know the feeling. I started working at a young age, bought my own car, same, insurance, etc. Everything I had as an adolescent, I earned myself, same. Started working at McDonald's at 14. We're on the same page, writer. As I got older, I realized that both my parents had decent paying jobs. Money was coming in, and they were even putting some money away for retirement, despite the impression they gave me. Around the time I left to live on my own, they started spending above their means. Long vacations to tropical destinations, new cars every year, they even bought a boat. They also purchased several timeshares as well as got involved in MLM and get rich quick type schemes. To afford it, they repeatedly refinanced their home, resetting the mortgage and taking out equity. They would also open credit cards and transfer balances around to get promotional rates without paying down the debt. The frustrating part is that over the years, they would ask me for advice about various financial decisions or a new scheme they found. I would take my time to research and explain why I didn't think it was a good decision. In every single case, they ignored my advice and did whatever they wanted. Okay, now for the big event. They called me not too long ago and proceed to tell me that all of their money is gone, they're broke. They explained that over the past several years, they have been emptying out their retirement accounts and putting it in a retirement fund run by a good friend. Oh boy. Well, it turns out this fund was a Ponzi scheme, and as all Ponzi schemes eventually do, it all collapsed. I've gone through the full gamut of emotions since they told me. I'm angry that they decided to hide this fund from me for years, most likely because they knew I would tell them something wasn't right about it. How they bought into the promise of unrealistic returns, even with all the red flags. They had no reservations asking me for financial assistance. Even though they're retired, they have a mortgage, no surprise there. They floated the idea of me paying their mortgage for them.
Huh?
But without providing me any equity in return. I decided not to help them. I feel like they've never taken my advice, were excessively frugal when I was young, and even if I did help them, they would probably find a way to squander it. Not the asshole. I was in a same situation. My mom passed away last year and never had insurance. No health insurance. When she got really sick, my father decided that he wanted me and my sister to take her with no health insurance. And we just decided we couldn't do it. I'm a single mother and my sister's married and she's got 3 kids and 1 on the way. We couldn't do it. And it didn't end well for my mother. This is pretty dark. I'm sorry, guys. But to anyone who might be a little bit older, approaching retirement age and, you know what I mean, things like that, you guys, you can't depend on your kids. Things are not the same as they were when you were young. Okay, we can barely afford groceries. Okay, rent is high as hell. I got a 15-year-old. Every time I turn around, she needs stuff for kids. You know, put yourself in a position. Don't count on your kids. I notice a lot of the generations before, they have all these kids and just expect. Yeah, we can help. We will help when you can. But if it's gonna come down to us sacrificing our lives for you guys just because you're our parents and put us on this planet, you have to be realistic. The economy is fucked. We can barely help ourselves. Please do whatever you can approaching retirement age to be independent. We can help you get around to doctor's appointments and shit when you get old, but mortgages, insurance, doctors, put yourself in a position that if, I mean, you don't know, like, what if something happens to your kids? You know what I mean? So it's like, this is what I'm doing now. You know what I mean? I'm on YouTube. I'm here. This is great. I'm having a great time. But I'm attempting another stream of income so my 15-year-old daughter can worry about her own life when she's my age. and not, you know, figuring out my mortgage, hers. It's just not fair. No, you're not the asshole writer. You did everything you could. You know what I mean? You accepted that your minimalistic life when you were younger, and I mean, help where you can. But as far as the mortgage, hell no, you're not the asshole for paying that. You did everything yourself. You know what I mean? And that's the other thing. If you're a parent who doesn't help your kids, please, for fuck's sake, don't expect that help back when you're older. Mine, you know what I mean? I'm in the same boat as them. And it's not that we're trying to be funny. It's just, I mean, what do you want to say? You've created a monster? Anyway, listen, guys, that's it for today. I really enjoyed those stories. I hope you did too. Let me see in the comments what you think. We'll have some more. If you like it, let me know. If you want to see me do something else, if you want to review something else, let me know in the comments. Other than that, I do want to let you know I'm starting something new. If you have any products that you want reviewed, send me an email. I'm going to have my email address in the description, but it's wrongexvictim@gmail.com. I'm doing authentic reviews, food. Well, I don't know if I could do food because it might perish, but you know, anything you would like reviewed, send it on over. Authentic reviews. I'll let you know if it's bullshit. I'll let you know if it's good. Thanks again, guys. Wrong Victim Show Red. I'm out.